Gordon wasn't happy to be pulling freight cars. He waited impatiently while they were shunted into place. Hurry up, chuffed Gordon crossly. Why the rush, Gordon? Asked Thomas. If I must pull freight cars, then I'll show Salty how an express engine pulls freight cars, Gordon huffed. Careful, Captain, Salty tooted. You don't want to get too big for your buffers. But Gordon ignored Salty.
Sir Topham Hatt and Miss Jenny came to see what had happened. "This is a disaster," boomed Sir Topham Hatt. "Thomas," he asked, "why did you shunt so many freight cars for Stanley?" Thomas felt terrible. He knew why he had done it, but he couldn't tell Sir Topham Hatt and the other engines. He felt too ashamed. So he said nothing. Sir Topham Hatt was very cross.
One day, Thomas was on his way to High Farm when Rosie stopped beside him. Rosie was a cheerful, chirpy little tank engine. She was always pleased to meet Thomas. She liked him so much that she wanted to be just like him. So she tried to copy him. She tried to wheesh the way he did. She even tried to whistle like Thomas. It made Thomas cross.
It was high summer and the busiest time of year on the island of Soda. Holidaymakers from the mainland flocked to the beaches and other attractions. The engines were busier than they'd ever been before.
The trucks tried hard to make him give up, but he still kept on. Sometimes their brakes would slip on, and sometimes their axles would run hot, and each time the trouble had to be put right. And each time James would start again, determined not to let them beat him. Give up, you can't pull us, you can't, called the trucks. I can and I will, puffed James, and slowly but surely he pulled them along the line.
When Henry had got up steam, he puffed out. He was dirty and covered with cobwebs. "Oh, I'm stiff, he groaned. "Have a run to ease your joints and find a turntable," said Sir Topham Hatt. When Henry came back, he felt much better. Then they coupled him up.
Next morning, as James was being repainted, Henry had an accident.
If you can't push trucks properly, Henry, why not talk to a tree instead? You know how much you like the forest. As a matter of fact, Bossy Boiler, the Fat Controller is inspecting the island for trees that are too close to the line. He's worried they might cause trouble. "Pah!" laughed James. "If I came upon a tree, I'd just push it aside." "Really?" replied Henry.